Back at it again. If you could see us, because I just got a notification, Adrian, did you see that too? That we might not be showing up on LinkedIn, but we are showing up on Facebook and YouTube. So let me click. Nope. Okay. So we're just going to roll with it. If you are seeing us on, put in the comments below where you're seeing us. If you're seeing us on LinkedIn, or YouTube or Facebook. But welcome, guys, to another episode of the PickFu podcast. My name is Sean Aspinall, brand evangelist here, overall CTR guru and Goatee extreme. Fun fact before we hop into it, I just got replacement tips for my Apple Pencil that my kids broke. So let's see. We're going to see together if it goes on, and it actually goes on. I wasn't thinking that actually would work, because these little demons broke my Apple Pencil. But how is everyone doing this week? Drop a comment below if you are wanting to have us review your ASIN, wanting to get a PickFu poll tested. But the main topic, what we're talking about today, is going to be click tests. Click test is my newest favorite test at PickFu. I'm a little biased, sorry. But with a click test, and we're going to show some examples, you're able to do things that you typically wouldn't be able to do in a head-to-head or round-robin or open-ended. So with a click test, let me just show you guys. Well, no, let me explain a little bit more. You could use it in so many more ways than you think. So it's not just, here's an image, click on where you think it's going to resonate for the consumer or the shopper, my avatar, my ICP. It's if you use it, I don't want to say hack, but if you use it in different ways, it could actually benefit you. So for example, a really cool one is taking a screenshot of your SERP on Amazon, so your search engine result page, and then loading that in a click test and seeing where you stand against your competition for your main hero image. And then obviously then that gives you more information to drill down for further testing, head-to-head, A/B, this or that, and build those iterations off of. But it's also good for like product design. So where on this would you want to improve? So let's hop into some examples over here. So I have some stuff queued up. I'm super small, Adrian, with this one, but that's good. People want to see the actual stuff. So we have this one pulled up here. This is a packaging for Neuro, a gum that gives you energy and focus. Which area would you improve and why? So with this example, it's just a specific product, and people were asking on ways to iterate and improve on it. So you can see here, people are clicking over here. I'd like to have a graphic that expressed that this is peppermint. This is peppermint more than that. Okay, so they clicked over here, but they were talking about peppermint down here. So if you can, with a click test, it's really cool because it's heat map. So you're seeing all the little blobs. Almost looks like a military aerial assault on your product. But you want to go over here and drag and select. And now we see that 6 clicks are down here, and then they're going to come over here for the responses. So I'm not the best persons to answer this. All right. Add some color to the flavoring. Improve this is boring, not attention grabbing, and also the flavor is bland. Well, I mean, if they don't have another flavor, they're kind of up the creek without a paddle, but maybe it, for that person, it's not important to them, but maybe we want to accentuate the peppermint flavor in ways outside of just saying peppermint and a little kind of cartoon stylized leaf. I think it's important to know that the product has caffeine and that it's natural. Does this work? Okay, so natural caffeine. Okay, so you can see in this example, right? And then let's see where people are clicking over here for the actual logo and brand. I have no idea what it is. Maybe add a description. You can use space from 2 and 3 and balance it. Okay. Move this over closer to Neuro. Seems out of place. Okay, I think they're talking about something like this, right? So people probably don't understand what this little icon is over here. It's probably their logo. It's I think it's energy. The logo and brand is bigger. So yeah, so you're getting feedback on how to. So this is good if you're doing a product launch. So let's say you just came out with this product, or you're coming out with a product, or you're designing packaging for it. You don't want to do a packaging run or a product run without having this data, because they may think, and I don't know in this specific case if this is already an existing product or not. I hope not, or at least I hope they're looking to iterate again on the packaging and redesign it, because clearly people have some questions that they need some answers to, right? I have some more I want to pull up here. Oh, here's a fun one. This is a packaging design for an energy seltzer flavored with fruit juice. What area would you improve and why? So, damn clean energy, wickedly simple ingredients. We don't use bull you know what ingredients like others on the shelf. So that seems to got a lot of attention over here. So let's take a look. And they ran this 100% click poll. So the text is pointless. The graphic is ugly. So this is actually a 2-click. So you can choose, and I'll show you an example when we pull up an example one, like actually running the click test. Adrian, am I correct? You can see this on the back end that this was ran with a 2-click poll. So you can choose up to multiple different clicks that you want to have people resonate on. So you can see over here it says 1 and 2. Yeah, this is a 2-click. So you're actually giving people 2 clicks over here. Adrian says, I think so. I think so too. So I think the sign being held seems out of place and clunky, trying too hard to be edgy. There should never be curse words on products, right? And I get it. A lot of people want to be very liquid death-ish in this space and be very up, because they're killing it. But I think there's a fine line, and I think that testing before investing is super important, right? So seeing that here, so let's see what this person says, this one-off person. The color doesn't communicate pineapple to me. All right. So it's pineapple flavored, I think. Is it? Why are they saying pineapple? So let's take a look over here. I'd say what flavor the drink is, it feels a little bit hidden. Yeah, it doesn't look, oh, pineapple down at the bottom over here, right? So let's gravitate over here. The color doesn't communicate pineapple to me. The image should be improved. Change the art style, more yellow for the pineapple aspect. Okay, so this is good data to have, because at the end of the day, if you're pineapple flavored anything, well, you want to have pineapple all over it. Because people that are clicking, especially if this is a main image, which is definitely isn't, because you're having 3 images of the cans. This is probably just packaging design, yeah. But especially for your main image, you're only going to have just this can and then the quantity behind it, right? So if we go and take a look at, let's pull up some Amazon stuff. So if we take a look at pineapple flavored seltzer. So a lot of players in the space for this kind of stuff, right? But you can see everyone is really going to hit. Well, actually, not everyone, because these guys over here. But it all matters. It all depends on what you're doing for your main hero image. But we're talking about this one. It's just packaging. So if I look at packaging, okay, so look at LaCroix. LaCroix shows a pineapple and then strawberry. So even if you don't know what pina phrase is, right? Am I saying it right? You could tell that it's pineapple straight off the bat. So you want to be very purposeful and very clear with your packaging design. Here, Spindrift, right? So Spindrift makes it super clear this is pineapple. Like, there's no way that you can not think that this is pineapple. This is most definitely pineapple. So going back to the use case here, these are things. This is data that you want to get, you want to have in order to fix your packaging. Let's take a look at this one here. They say, oh my gosh, don't cuss on this. It makes it look cheap. Also get rid of the logo board. It cheapens it. So people don't like that kind of picketing sign of saying things like this, right? And I get it. People don't want to be bullied or feeling like other stuff is bad, right? So I think that's a good marketing tactic overall, is don't bash your competitors or other things on the shelf in the goal of making you seem better, right? I think that's, marketing 101. You don't want to do that. Different logo for the fools out there that get easily offended. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's true, right? Especially when you're a consumable that you want someone to drink this again and again and again. Like I drink Red Bull, Monster, Ghost Energy. Not one of those cans is like, hey, we don't do this and not like the competition and they suck or whatever it is, So I would take a page out of their playbook for sure with this kind of stuff. But let's take a look. Ooh, this is my Adrian picked this one. Adrian, this is my favorite. I'm glad you put this in our little repertoire of. I'm very French today of examples because I love using this one. This is a SERP example. So, guys, this is. Let me just make sure you see how powerful I want to make this to you guys. This is probably one of the most powerful ways if you're selling on Amazon to be using the click test, because this is you're taking whether it's you're coming up with a new product and you don't know how it's going to be in the space overall, whether you're currently selling the product and how do you do against your competition, or if you need to change your product and come up with something new. So this is very, very, very powerful. And this is not a multi-click, this is just a one-click. So based on the image search detangling brush, which product would you rather click on and why? So you could see here that you would think, Adrian, I know you can hear me. You would think that people would go with the 3-pack, multicolors for cheap, but they're not. They're going with this because even look at this. This is $9.99. This is $8.99. This brush almost looks like this brush, but I get 3 of them here. But people don't care about that. They're clicking on this one, and we see why. It doesn't have too many crazy colors. People don't want crazy colors. And I like a bigger handled brush personally. So this one has a thicker handle. Well, I guess it's maybe the angle per se. I prefer black brushes, more traditional, more professional, best color, best shape. So you could see that you would think, at least I would think, like, hell, if I could source a detangling hairbrush from China for super cheap and have multiple and be cheaper, it'd be better. It's not the case. So you can see here, out of a poll of 50 US-based correspondents, this one got 12, this one got 8, this one got 9, 5. Okay, so this was the biggest one, right? And this is, I'm telling you guys, you would not realize the power. Color psychology is huge. Color psychology is huge. People don't want random color stuff. I mean, listen, let me make this a little bit more clear. I am not the consumer for a detangling hairbrush, right? It's my wife. It's people with long hair. It's people that brush their hair. The people that they don't want tangled hair. It's important that you understand who you're targeting. So this was a very broad one, but I ran this one myself. I didn't go down deep, which we can do, which I'll show you an example of in a minute, but you can specifically put the traits. So if we're targeting women only that are of this certain age, that, have this certain income, that shop these certain places, that hair care is important to them, you could specifically drill down and target it so that you're getting the feedback from those people overall. But this is probably one of the most powerful ways that you can use click tests, especially with the SERP, because more click through with PickFu, baby. Because you would think sometimes adding the packaging, you might be looking and be like, okay, so maybe I'm this guy over here and I'm not getting enough clicks on a test like this. What can I do? Maybe I would do a 3-pack all in black, right? So maybe if your consumer doesn't want those crazy colors, but you still want to give that value, maybe do a 3-pack in black at that price, because then you're hitting the people that want that more muted professional black color, but still a value prop to them. Or maybe you want to go and you want to do some packaging mock-ups, right? And be able to say over here, 3-pack detangling hairbrush. So not one of these on this page actually say what they are on a packaging, right? So you can very easily say on a package, 3-pack detangling hairbrush, professional use, whatever. But this is the data and the insights that you want to have in order to pivot. So again, look at this one, got a lot of clicks too. People like seeing on this one that it has these, I don't know what to call it, but they all have it. But this one just does a better angle of showing. It's like I don't know what it's called, but if you have like a pack of rulers and you like flip them like this and kind of like fan them out, like that's the kind of style that it is. So this way you can brush through your hair, but it looks like they all pretty much have that. But this one does a good job on showing that angle. So let's take a look here because it's wider. So it's probably the same product. I'm willing to bet even the logo up here, if you see it's hard to see, but the logo over here and the logo over here almost look the same, like they're sourced from the same manufacturer. So it's probably the same product, but color psychology is really a thing. Image angle psychology, I just made that up, but angle of the images, that's a real thing. So you can present it this way. Remember, people always read, at least in the Western, I don't know, whatever, in America, I'll say, we read left to right. So you want to make sure that when you're doing things, the eye is going the right way. The eye is going left to right. Whenever you're looking at things, people look at the image and then they go to the right. They look at the title. So if your product is angled towards the title, not away from the title, that's also a little kind of tip that you want to do as well. But this is a super good use case of the click test. I love this. Big fanboy of this for sure. What's the next one we got over here? Oh, this is fun. Okay, so this one's we're talking about. Click on this image set 3 times based on what catches. Okay, so this is a 3-click. What catches your eye first, second, and third, right? So this is an image stack for the most part, or at least they're testing out an image stack on Amazon. So with something like this, you want to see where people are clicking. So let's look at it from a high level. No one's really clicking here as much as they're clicking over here. Why? Fast absorbing and silky smooth. Great. You have that open, you have the bottle, you have a hand. I can't really see it. It's hard to demonstrate, but you could see what resonates with people the most, like kids putting it on a little bit, not so much, but the big winners are the us versus them over here, which has 18 clicks, 25, 28, 28, and 22. So the biggest ones right here are showing the benefits and features, right? What it has, what it doesn't have, because this is important. So, and then showing more of like the pregnant mom or the expecting mom, because that's clearly who this demographic is or should be for. So you're going to see that with the kids, it's not going to resonate as much as it is with showing the mom putting it on. But also one thing to note here, when you're doing an us versus them kind of infographic in your stack, it's always us versus them. I know I just said that, but you want to put you first and then your competition second. You don't want to put the competition first because you're always first. This is your brand page. This is your product. So it's always us versus them. And typically what you want to do is do like this kind of hierarchy breakdown of them, what they have, what you have, or what they don't have and what you have. That's going to be a better version of this here. But you can see when I highlight this, which probably got the most second, or even with this one over here, people are talking about, I like the color in the background. See, they're clicking over there. Oh, is this a three click? No, it's a 2-click. Oh, it's 3-click. So they're clicking 1, 2, 3. So you can see over here. So they clicked. I almost want to point with my finger, but you guys can't see that. They're pointing on the first one, which is the benefits with the baby bump over there, and the second one, and then the third one. So you can see these are the 3 most powerful images that people are clicking on. So you can see that this one over here, the first one and the 6th one, not so much, because people don't want to see. It's not something you can see. It's not something that you can put on your hand and see. Now, something that's even more interesting is when you have a product that's not easily seen, right? Show it next. So this is an oil, right? So this is an oil, but what is this cap over here? So let's see if people ask that question, because it's not really clear on what that cap is. Okay, pregnant belly, primarily for stretch marks. Secondly, I noticed the leg because it's provocative. All right, so they click down here because it's provocative. I don't know if that's good for stretch mark, belly cream for expecting moms. But let's take a look and see who said that. So if I go over here, so this is a female, age range 35 to 44. Here's their income, race, education, right? So it's a female that's saying it's provocative. So might not be that bad. Should have, Adrian saying in the background, they should have added women as a targeting trait. No, they definitely should have, right? Because this is really just an open-ended, not open-ended, but this is just kind of a broad audience. This is not a targeted one. But that's a good point, Adrian. Let's see over here. I'm curious to see now. Let's go to the demographics report. So gender identity. So you can see, you could go to the responses, but then also the reporting over here too, right? So you can see over here that male, it's 20%. No, male, it's 20. Female, it's only 8. Am I reading that right? Oh, it's because I have it highlighted. Whoopsie. So, but see here, when you highlight it, you're getting the actual reports for that. So everyone that clicked on this, it's mostly guys that clicked on it. So you don't want that, right? So these are tips on how to run these polls, but also tips on how to not run these polls, right? So making sure, because you can see on this one, they didn't target specifically men or women. So you're getting males that are answering this. Well, newsflash, just like I'm not buying that detangling a hairbrush, I'm not buying maternity stretch mark oil. I mean, there may be guys out there that need stretch mark oil. I'm not going to judge. But this product, especially with the logo on here of a pregnant mom, it's 2024, I'll just assume, but I'm assuming this is for a pregnant mom, especially because the packaging and the product design is based on that, right? So it's important how you run the polls. It's important when to run the polls. Yeah, Adrian, I'm always going to call you out in the private chat. Adrian's always saying, you give me little tips. She's my handler, guys. If you don't know that, Adrian's title here is she's in charge of marketing, but she's also my handler. So when I stray a certain way, she's like, get back on track, John. And she's 100% right. So let me pull this up here because I want to pull you guys up an example of running or how to run a click test, right? So let me pull up my screen. I don't want to share my screen just yet because I don't want to expose all the goodies, all the PickFu unlimited goodies that I have over here because you guys are like, oh my God, John, you have all this PickFu. Please, I'm your #1 fan. I know you are, but we're not doing that. So here we go. So let's build one, right? Adrian, should we build one? Give a thumbs up if we should build one. She gave a thumbs up. All right, guys, we're good. We got the go ahead from the handler. So let's do this here. So let's say that I'm doing, I always go to melatonin gummies, but I want to do something different. Apple cider gummies. A good friend of mine is a big player in this space. So that's that. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. The reason I zoom out is because I want to capture the whole SERP. At least 2 lines of the SERP in here, right? I go here. I'm going to screenshot this. Now I know some things can skew it a little bit. Hold on, let me go down a little bit more, right? So remember, with this kind of stuff, pricing is going to skew things, right? But it's okay because I'll show you a couple different things that we can do. So save that. Okay. And let me hop into, where'd my thing go? Oops. Malfunctioning. Okay, cool. So if you were shopping on Amazon for apple cider vinegar gummies, which product would you click on and why? Very simple, guys. We just want to know. In curious minds want to know. You go to, PickFu is so easy. It just is. You go over here. We're going to go over here to my desktop. Don't see any of my secret documents, guys. I know you want to screenshot and find out where I'm located. I'm just kidding. So it's going to upload this over here. And then what's going to happen is if I was to add another option, it would switch to, see, I can't do head-to-head right now because there's only one option. If I was to put another option here, then I could choose head-to-head. So the options you get with one kind of upload is open-ended, where you can ask them any questions, star rating, or click test. So we're going to go with click test. Now, you could do up to 10 clicks. you'd be the silliest goose in the gander if you did 10 clicks on something like this. It's going to be pricier. We love your money. We want all your money, but we want you to test more frequently. So testing, ABT, always be testing. So I would say go with 1 click on this, right? And we'll do a smaller sample size, just 15 for the sake of this. And you can see, but you can go up to 50 is the most popular according to our team over here, which I agree with. But just understand for speed, for what we're doing for everyday testing. Oh, I love that call out. Everyday testing. Test every day. Test, should I comb my hair today? Yes or no? No, don't test that. But coming down here, we're in the US. So random audience is kind of what you saw before. Good for broad. But targeted is over here. Now, Adrian brought up a good point before where we're talking about Amazon Prime member, gender identity, right? We could also talk about if you're a family, no kids, 1 kid, how many kids? Adrian, do we have an expecting trait? That'd be interesting if we had that. We don't have that yet. I don't think so. That's a good one. Adrian, make a note. Handler Adrian, make a note to see if we can get pregnancy or expecting mom as that. But let's keep it kind of simple, and we'll say Amazon Prime member, right? And we'll just do female. We don't want to know. It's an election year, but we're not worried about that with this kind of stuff. Oh no, I'm sorry. Wait, we're not doing female because this could be for anyone. Whoops. So let's take that off, right? Let's take off gender identity. But if this was a specific one for women, like the product we just saw, then you don't want to do that because you don't want to pay for answers from guys like me that are like, yeah, that one looks great. Run the marketing on that. And then people like my wife are not buying it because you listen to silly geese like me. So let's do this one over here. You can see, guys, there's so many. There's so many. Look at exercise frequency, liquor consumer, wine consumption frequency, type home. So if you're talking about if you're like products that are like for your lawn or for home improvement, maybe you don't want to target people that rent because they can't change the property. You want to target people who are homeowners. If you're urban, if it's an apartment building, right? So if you have a product that's specifically for people at apartment buildings, I'm trying to think of what that would be, like a welcome mat that's for indoors, not for outdoors, to go outside the hallway of an apartment. That's just my guess. You don't want to target people that are, or here, vehicle mobile home. You don't want to put people on mobile homes for like a welcome mat, right? We want to target people that actually have a physical. I could be saying crazy things that people with mobile homes have welcome mats that they throw out there right when they park. Don't come at me in the comments. But you can see Adrian has an RV and she has a welcome mat for her RV. So see, I'm wrong. See, I am the silliest goose in the hand. But guys, there's 90 plus of these over here. So travel frequency, if you're doing a product that's like something that's TSA, something like a neck pillow, something that's like luggage, you don't want to target people that never travel, right? You don't care what they have to say because they're never going to buy your product. Car fuel type, if you're doing a Tesla accessory, for example, right? You don't want the guy that's driving the F-250 diesel to give you his feedback on it because he's going to think it sucks because he drives that all-American F-250, the Super Duty. So it's just, maybe we're going to, Adrian, we could just request a trait. Should we do it now? Request a trait? No, I'm just kidding. But you can always request a trait, guys, if it's something interesting that's going to work for you. So I'm going to come down here, review the poll. So you can actually, one thing that's a little secret hack here. I don't know why our devs don't make it bigger, but you can preview the poll right here on this little kind of 3-button kind of thing. So it's going to say this, it's going to say that, and we're going to ready to rock and roll. So dismiss that, continue. Don't look at my PickFu credits. Don't be jealous of all my PickFu credits, please. I know you're like, oh my God, John, all those PickFu credits. You must be PickFuing the world. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. You can see just like that. And we're off to the races. So funny story. I use CleanShot for my screenshots. So I just played with it today, which I need to take off. So I have a default thing where it has a PickFu blue in the background. Don't do that. Don't have any crazy stuff in the background, but it's not going to skew it either way. But you can see it's already collecting data. So we'll come back to this in a second, guys. But we have some people popping in and popping out. Throw a comment below if you have questions about click test. I'm going to die on the hill that click test is probably one of the most powerful tests that Amazon brands and sellers could be deploying to their business today in 2024. Because when you look at the this or that, when you look at the head-to-head, when you look at it, you might not know your competition. You might think you know your competition. You might think like if you just do head-to-head, it's going to be this versus that, and it's very kind of in a vacuum. But if there's that third or fourth player out there that you don't think is competition but really is competition, the click test is going to be the oracle, the one that the all-seeing almighty that's going to tell you very clearly who the competition is. So again, it's doing product design. It's doing what do you like about this on just this image. Another cool thing, which we didn't have an example for, Adrian, I think we want to get that for next time, talk about it, is like a product detail page, a full A+ content on Amazon. Now, a lot of people are talking about premium A+ content, raw premium A+ content, where you can embed videos inside the A+ content and then carousels. I've done my own click tests on full PDPs because if you do a scrolling screenshot, you can get the whole image in there. And I've said, where would you click on this? Where's the first place or the first two places you would go to on this product detail page that resonates with you? And on that click test, I've shown that most people do not go to that play button to click on that video or the carousel because there's no call to action on the carousel to say, hey, click over here for more information, or there's no call to action on the video thumbnail that says, play me, or click here for whatever kind of, don't say click here, but you want to have something compelling to make people click, because most people like myself, I don't want to say most people like myself, I'm an anomaly. But I don't click on, there's places that I consume video content and there's places I don't. Amazon isn't a place where I consume video content. So I'm not, when I'm shopping on Amazon, I'm going to my phone. I'm going, here, I'll pull up my Amazon. By the way, my wife got access to Rufus on her Amazon app. Drop a comment if you guys got access to, I got access to Rufus. Oh, look at that. So Amazon's Rufus over here. There's this little button right here. We just click that and you can just talk to Rufus. Show me the best apple cider vinegar gummies. Still waiting. Amazon, pick up this AI game. All right, I think we've officially broke this. Let's see, it's in beta, so I don't think it's timed out. Show me the best apple cider vinegar gummies. And it's going to tell me, hey, and it pulls up my example over here, goalie. And it pulls up a couple of them over here. So these are ways. The Jungle Scout says, hey, Rufus, tell John we love him. Jungle Scout says they love me. What do you think about that? Oh, they're happy. Oh, wait, Jungle Scout, look at that. Rufus gave you guys a shout out. That's pretty interesting. I thought that it would just say stuff about shopping on Amazon. But let's click on the Jungle Scout web app. Nope, that's actually for people that want to explore the jungle. So I thought they were giving you guys a shout out, but they were just making me buy a guidebook for Kauai Revealed. So fun stuff like that. Anyway, let's hop back over here and see. We got some responses already. We have tons of people answering. So let's see. Aha. So, my friend who owns goalie is going to be a little bit PO'd. So someone over here says, It looks good quality while still having a great price. Okay, so you see this person's very price conscious because this is not the cheapest. I like the design of the bottles. I always like that it comes in a pack of 2 at such a cheap price. Again, price conscious people. This one says, I would pick the one with a large amount of gummies and see what the servings is. I prefer seeing it in bulk. All right, so this one has 1,000 milligrams. So I think that's what they're talking about with this. We got some more responses over here. Let's go see. They said, what the heck? Yeah, I don't know. You guys got to start training Rufus on all your kind of good stuff. Okay, so we see more clicks coming here. And we're seeing the price isn't too high compared to others, and the packaging and label design is incredibly trustworthy looking. It's also vegan. Professional look, because I like the no vinegar aftertaste. Okay, so they're using dead pixel real estate space over here at the top that I always talk about ad nauseum, that someone like Goalie could take advantage of. No vinegar aftertaste. But they like how the bottle's put together. Again, no one's talking about showing it outside the packaging just yet, but I always talk about that. They seem like a good value. The black label makes the product feel potent. I don't know what that means. If you have a black label, it's more potent. All right, we'll go with that. Let's see some more stuff. So you guys can see we're literally getting instant feedback over here. You get 2 bottles for the price. It's a very good value to it. All right, so excuse me, value driven is what people are. So another way that you can run this is you can just take this screenshot, right? So let's go back over here. So if I wanted to be a little bit more, is it subjective or objective? I don't know. I'm like the silliest goose. But what you can do is you can go like this, right? And we're going to edit this clean shot. I can't speak enough about clean shot. Clean shot is fantastic. So let's do none. But then what you want to do over here is grab like a little blob. So you see how it cut off like the price and the reviews? Is John a silly goose? Yes or no? I'm the silliest goose in the gander, of course. So what you can do is go over here and block that out. And you're going to be like, oh my God, John, that's terrible. It's a giant red bar in the middle. Relax. Take it easy. You can go to something like this and grab the little dropper and do that. No? Okay. Can I not do that? I guess I can't do that. Whoops. Hold on. Go over here. Give me my dropper. There we go. It's going to have to fire clean shot. But you could do something like this to block out the price and then rerun this again. So you don't have the price elements involved, the review elements involved. So you don't need to go to difficult measures to try and see. Like you can run it based on price and reviews. You can use a simple tool like CleanShot or Canva. Canva's a goat. Shout out Canva. And remove those elements and make it very streamlined. You could also just do a collage together yourself. We got pro tips in here. Pro tips. If you want to create Amazon mockups for your promoters, try a mockup. Ooh, the mockup generator. You're the best goose in the gander. So let's go look at this. So let me pull up the mockup generator. I know it's on here. Don't laugh at me. Well, I don't want to show it because I don't know where to go to exactly. I don't want to expose all my Illuminati level PickFu tactics. But yeah, guys, let me know. Oh, she put the link over here. So if you want to go to that, do that. It's very, very cool. But let me know what you guys think. I think the click test is super, super powerful. I think that doing it at a 50 or 30 person panelists or answers at a clip is better than doing 500. I do agree with Adrian that targeting down in the demographics who your product's for. And if you don't know who it's for, running it very broad initially, gaining that feedback and then understanding who the demographic is, and then cherry picking those out and then running head to heads and then iterating on your main image, iterating on your product design, and then running the goal is to always be testing. If you are not testing, you're guessing. You don't want to guess. But guys, this has been another week of the PickFu podcast. Join us again next week, Thursday at noon Eastern time. We're going to be talking about all sorts of cool stuff. We have a guest. Forget who the guest is. Adrian, who's the guest next week? Handler. Okay, my handler has my message for me. This is a handler chat. Oh, it's 4th of July. We're not here. We're not here. I am the silliest goose. No, it is America's birthday next week. So we are returning the week after that. So I want you guys to have a happy, healthy, wonderful, if you're celebrating 4th of July in America, in the US, or wherever, do yourself a favor. Don't light the firework from light it from the fuse end, not from the other end. When I was a kid, I lit a firework in my hands. I was going to go throw it. And I lit it from the end, which was just the paper that was holding the fireworks together. So there was no time, and it blew up right in my hands. But I still have them all, so we're all good with that. But guys, we're on a break next week, but we're back the following week after, rocking and rolling with some guests, some more stuff. Always follow us on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Facebook. If you want some credits and you ask nicely and you tell me my favorite topping on pizza, maybe we'll throw them at you. It's not pineapple and ham. Don't message me that. Aspinall at PickFu.com, because John at PickFu.com is taken, unfortunately. But yeah, guys, we will see you next week, and tune in. I never know how to end these things. I need a better ending. I need a better segue to them. Just keep on coming back. We give you the good stuff.